I don't know.
Hope we are. No, todavía no.
Hey guys, my name is Brian.
And I'm Adrian.
And this is Higher Thinking Live.
In tonight's episode,
we're
going to talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what's going on, because I think there's too much of it already.
There's a ton of information out there.
That is causing panic.
It is.
And so we just want to help with a little bit of our knowledge to share what we think and also interact with you. And so we would like you to share with us what you think in the comments, right? So whatever it is that you're thinking, whether if you're afraid, what's making you afraid, and then if you're if you're taking the necessary precautions to stay safe, and also those around you, your loved ones, make sure that I mean we're supposed to stay at home.
Well, all of that and more coming right up after the bumper.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I forgot the bumper. Dang it. It's going.
Are we back? I'm messaging right now. And we're back. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you haven't noticed, we've got a new setup, a new design. I don't know if... I thought it was for the better, at least for now. It's like I got to figure out a way that... because okay, so just a long story short, we are by ourselves here inside the studio.
There's no equipment. There's nothing. Literally just
a camera and a couple of microphones and his desk. And all of the entire team, the AV team and the social media specialists are in a different room handling their business. And so we really don't have a way to know whether we're live or not, other than, I guess, checking here by watching the live stream ourselves.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of this was really done to improve the quality of the live stream, mainly with the audio. And I guess also being able to, the AV team and the social media team being able to work without...
independently.
Yeah, without kind of like interrupting the show or I guess,
walking in front of the camera.
Yeah, needing to go to the bathroom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a good move so far. I guess this is the first one like this, so we'll see.
I mean, this is like the first 5 minutes of the show, so I'm sure we'll get used to it.
I'm a little nervous right now.
You are?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because how much work I put in.
I know it's a lot of work.
So.
I mean, I saw the tail end of it, of all the work that went into it, and so I don't necessarily understand how much, but I know it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to prep. There's a lot of time that goes into it, but again, we understand, and we are we're okay with that, because what we want to do is we want to.
The most important thing is to deliver the message that we want to deliver, but also from my perspective, from my point of view, is I want to deliver it with the best quality possible, so that you can, put up with us for the next 30, 40 minutes, at least, with some decent quality. So it might still sound a little echoey, but, I'm working on it. We're working on it.
And we'll get there, I think. So as you can see behind me and behind Brian, there's some designs that are going on. It's actually padding to prevent the audio waves bouncing back from the walls and back into the microphone. So also known as echo.
Yeah.
So.
And we've also got it around. But let's get right into the show. Well, we're taking a break from the dimensions of wellness to, not that we need to shed more light on what's going on, the chaos that's going on right now, but I think we need to talk about it because a lot of us are, stuck at home and relying on Facebook news, relying on what they hear from family members and from friends and people who are outside working and whatnot. So I guess we really just want to have a place where we can all talk and share ideas, and then also whoever is in need, please feel free to let us know or reach out. That way we can all help each other.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here, for
Try
sure.
to help each other out. And so, yeah, it's interesting how, I mean, I'm sure everybody has seen all the media on the social platforms, what's going on, and all the measures that are being taken. I believe they're necessary. We have to do our part. At the same time, we have to stay calm and keep keep our patience, even though that's not easy. And so, it's important that we stay focused, right, and understand that nothing is forever. It's a temporary thing, and we have to learn from it. And hopefully we'll continue to stay with you guys throughout this, implementations that the state of Illinois are putting in place to prevent any cross-contamination. And so we'll try our best. I think we might have to do some remote in the future to kind of prevent, anything from my side coming to your side. And vice versa.
Yeah.
So, not that I'm afraid of you or I'm afraid of me, but you just never know.
Sure.
And so, so welcome. And also, we want to. Do you think it's appropriate to say anything about our sponsors? Doesn't matter. Are we really? Whatever.
Well, I mean, as you know, Higher Thinking Live is brought to you by Maverick Media. Maverick Media is a media company that specializes in social media content, whether it's for commercial stuff or whether it's for personal branding, commercial branding, stuff like that. Maverick Media is the place to go too. If you want to start your own live stream, if you need some consultation on starting your own live stream, or if you need a place where you can do your live streaming or podcast or just videos in general without having to worry about all the equipment, feel free to reach out. And we can definitely work something out for you. And
absolutely. And also, Acacia Insurance. It is a financial services company that gives the community peace of mind, helping them reach their financial dreams.
Yeah. Yep. So also, if this is your first time here on the show, I know we're not on YouTube a lot. We started out in Facebook, went to YouTube maybe once or twice, then back to Facebook, and now back on YouTube. We'll see how long we can keep this up. But anywho, wherever we're at, we'll let you know. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Higher Thinking Live. Be sure to follow our page there, as well as give us a like. And if you like the content that you're seeing, feel free to leave a review. You can also follow us on Instagram at Higher Thinking Live, as well as listen to the podcast. So it's just the audio of the show. We are on Google and Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify. Also, we encourage you to become a Patreon member. All Patreon members get access to exclusive content at patreon.com/Higher Thinking Live, where we dive in more about the certain topics that we discuss. We kind of deliver a more catered content material for yourselves, for entrepreneurs or someone who just really wants to better themselves with all the content that we create. And so you can do that by becoming a member at patreon.com/Higher Thinking Live. Did I cover all of them?
I think you did.
I think so.
I think you did. And so, if you didn't catch it all, we'll give it back to you. We'll give it to you again in about 10 minutes. We'll probably share it again. So
yeah, and it's also, the links are in the description as well.
Absolutely. So,
so first and foremost, the coronavirus. I'm pretty sure we all have an understanding of what the coronavirus is and where it came from and how it's like overtaken, you know, currently the state of Illinois. You know, it overtook Italy.
600
Yeah,
something.
and now we're facing the same kind of similar things, where we are. The governor of Illinois is now made an order to stay at home for all non-essential
Necessities.
non-essential businesses to close, and only essential businesses will be open, like hospitals. I forgot what were the other ones. It's in the article. Anywho, but they're asking for restaurants to close, libraries, parks. You know,
Any place where there's a concentration of humans more than 10.
and it's not really essential, right? You
Yeah.
don't really need to be there. Like, you know, obviously we need to be able to access hospitals. We need doctors and stuff. So yeah, that starts supposedly tomorrow at 5 p.m.
So for those of you that have pending business, take care of them tomorrow before 5 p.m.
Or tonight. I mean, why wait till tomorrow? You know, if you can handle it tonight, why not?
Well, yeah, true.
You know, another thing, grocery stores are going to remain open, so it's not like you need to go now to the grocery store or like bombard the grocery store and buy everything on the shelf to stock up your home so you have stuff for the next 2 weeks. It's still going to remain. The grocery stores are still going to remain open, so that those places have not been ordered to close. What else? Gas stations was another one that was going to remain open. And I read the article earlier today. And now it's gone. It's probably on my phone, but you know.
So with that in mind, we don't want to add to the chaos.
We do not.
Because there's already chaos going on about things that everyone is familiar with. That we don't, we're not here to create, but essentially, so if you're getting low on gas for your car, maybe go fill it up just in case, because we don't know at this point what we're up against.
We don't. But but then again, right. So you want to take the necessary measures to prepare. For the worst. You want to prepare for the worst, right?
Yeah.
But hope for the best.
True.
Right? It's a model that we live by in the military, like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not saying that go out and to handle your business and fight for the last loaf of bread or pile up at the gas station. But if it's full, then just come back later. Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't want to. And there was a rumor about martial law. Right, there was a rumor this day saying that we were gonna be in martial law, but it's not. That was just a rumor. It's not a lockdown or martial law. So yeah, grocery stores, pharmacies, clinics will remain open. There's absolutely no need to change your normal purchasing patterns. Right, do not take this direction as a reason to run to the stores, buy everything in sight, and hoard vital supplies. Please, the grocery stores will remain open and stocked, so be mindful of your neighbors and do not hoard supplies. Seriously, you toilet paper people. I wonder, you see all those memes going on about toilet paper?
Costco's not taking any returns.
Did you see the one video? I think it's like the show Pawn Stars?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Was that from Pawn Stars? It looked like a transaction someone would do at like a pawn shop. So he brings in like a bunch of toilet paper and hand sanitizer, trying to sell it to the pawn shop, and they're like negotiating. He's like, nah. I'll give you like $50 for the whole thing. He's like, I was thinking like $100. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll just give you like $75.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, fine deal. So they shake hands, and then the guy's like, all right, well, let me put this in bag and I'll bring out your money. So then, and then he grabs the toilet paper, the pawn shop owner, and he's like, yeah, this stuff really is like gold. So it's like I'm like it's just too funny, man. How
Yeah, I'm surprised they shook hands.
they did. I think so, if I could recall. I don't. My memory is not the best.
Yeah,
You know.
that would be against the.
If you guys seen this video, it's hilarious. And you know, is this a laughing matter?
No.
I don't know. I mean, it's not. Of course, it's a very serious health issue or a health threat to a lot of people. So, but are we trying to stay positive? I think so. I think the community is doing their best to stay positive.
We should do extra work to stay positive. I think you know, you should summon all your power to stay positive.
Right.
You know, let's put it together and do something you've never done, and you know, be someone you've never been.
Mm-hmm.
To stay, you know, to stay positive and just to be aware and help anybody that you can help. And so,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
for sure.
Any comments here? We got a comment from one of the followers on the YouTube channel, Real Life Cinema. He says, "Good message, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
We're happy that we are able to do the show tonight, despite you know the news and everything that's going on. So we're trying to stay positive. I think by obviously being careful, being safe, but at the same time just trying to carry on with our daily routine, our daily activities.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I've been, a lot of people have been affected by this whole, like, social distancing thing. Right. So now a lot of companies have people working from home now. Right. Mel's working from home. I know my sister-in-law is working from home. And, it's affecting a lot of people. How has it affected you and your daily routine?
Not yet. It has not affected me at all yet. But that doesn't mean that it won't starting tomorrow.
Right.
Obviously, we have to work on a plan that is going to allow us to continue to do business. Just because of what we do is essential to maintain, doing what we do, and to be able to stay afloat and to be able to help other people. So we have to kind of stay on point. But again, nothing is set in stone. If we have to make changes, then we'll make the necessary changes. Right. Obviously, but up to this point, it hasn't really affected my daily activities. I work almost in a office by myself, and so the chances of having some cross-contamination or cross-infection from other individuals or me infecting other people if I'm blessed to have this thing, and so it makes it a little bit easier because there isn't a lot of interaction with other individuals, and so that has, again, like I said, that has allowed us to stay working. So and I don't have a problem, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with it. I'm okay working in the office just because it allows me to be more productive. It allows me to to come up with more ideas. I don't know, for people that have been staying home for the last week or so, let us know in the chat box and a message or something. If you find yourself to be more productive at home or in the office. I when I'm at home, I just I can't focus because I'm thinking of a snack. I'm thinking of going to the bathroom. I get distracted a lot.
Yeah.
And so it may sound cruel, but it's not cruel because I kind of prefer going to the office. Sometimes it even gives me the opportunity to kind of sit down and kind of reflect on what I'm doing and what is it that I'm working towards, and it gives me a chance to just to be more productive, I think, and, which I like.
But have you had any issues with like cancellations or anything like that?
I almost had a cancellation for tomorrow, being the fact that this thing that is happening with
The stay-at-home order.
the stay-at-home order, that had that started earlier than 5 p.m., then I would have had a cancellation tomorrow. And I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not that big of a deal, but at the same time, I understand that this person is kind of the one, the client that I had the appointment with is also kind of relying on us. So it's kind of, it's kind of one hand washes the other, kind of thing. I guess. Does this make sense? So, how has it been? How has it been with you? Have you?
So
been
yeah, I mean, all last week, everything.
this week.
This
at
week,
all?
yeah, this week. I'm sorry. Yeah, this week was the cancellation for the IT stuff. Tuesday through Thursday, and then another, two of my video
Projects.
gigs got canceled as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was ready to rock and roll today with the video gig, and then got notified that hey, they won't let us in the studio.
Yikes.
So I'm like, all right, well, but yeah, luckily there are other firms that have to be open, and so there's some work there with IT.
That's good.
So that's what I also did that today.
That's good. At the same time, we have to take care of our financial responsibilities.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Until there is a change with that aspect of the whole thing, I think people will just continue to do what they have to do in order to kind of take care of those financial responsibilities, and so got to do what you got to do, kind of thing.
So
Yeah.
I'm on the CDC's website right now, and I'm looking at the COVID-19 cases in the U.S. and there's a there's a map there with colors showing like the color scale, and then how many are affected with the or infected, I guess. Reported cases, I should say.
Yeah.
And if you look, New York and what's this, Washington, are the most reported cases as
With the
of
most
March
cases?
20th today.
Wow.
So New York with 5,001 or more cases, reported cases.
Yeah.
And then Illinois is here at 101 to 500 reported cases. So
Now,
that's insane. That over here is none. So the entire country right now, there's, I don't know, this is like 1 to 5 in what state is that? This is
Alaska, I guess.
Alaska?
Wait,
This one.
no, that's not Alaska. That's I think that's Ohio.
This one's Virginia, right?
West Virginia.
Oh, no, this is West Virginia. This is Virginia. I don't know. Geography. I guess I didn't do so well, huh? Can I click on here?
Yeah, I think you can.
No. Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's insane. The entire country has been affected by this. With all these cases going on here.
I thought there was one state where there were no incidents reported. But
according
that
to
might
the
be
CDC,
a couple days old.
Oh, you know what? It might be really tiny, but no, those are also.
So,
yeah, that's West Virginia with the least amount of cases reported.
you're doing pretty good with geography. Not too bad.
I just asked Google. I was like, yo, Google, hook me up, man.
Yeah.
Don't make me look like a dummy on the live stream. Too late for that.
So we got a comment here on the chat. I guess one of the good things about this, or one of the things
Working from home.
yeah, the working from home strategy is that someone says here that Mel, she doesn't miss waking up so early to go to take the metro to work. So yeah, waking up really early to get ready and to kind of get going where you need to go.
Yeah.
I think it's I mean, I guess it can be. Maybe after this break, Mel will find or have a different outlook on what she's been doing and what she
For sure.
if she needs to continue to be doing that, or maybe a change. Maybe it's time for a change.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. I mean, this is going to change a lot of things. I mean, this is going to
It's gonna change how people
perceive.
Well, yeah.
How people do business, how people do
yeah,
work,
how people work, how people make money, right?
Yeah.
For a lot of people who work for our employees, that are able to work from home or possibly just not have to go to work, but also be covered, financially, because of their company they're able to pay them even though, because of this crisis. I mean, what are we supposed to do? People have to work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, whereas independent contractors, now that's a different story. Freelancers,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not clocking in 9 to 5 and getting a paycheck every week or every other week.
Correct.
It's totally different. And so with that, Real Life Cinema says here in the comments that for those that are not working and possibly having a hit on their income, this is a good time to try new ways to make some money from home. Let your entrepreneur side run wild. And that's what we talk about here. Remember, we had an episode on multiple sources of income,
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you are interested in learning on some different ways to make money, reach out to us. We have a lot of information on that, and there's plenty of ways to make money from home.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd be happy to share that info for you. Real Life Cinema also says, also a great time for people to start practicing their skills or advancing their hobbies.
Or cashing in on their hobbies. I mean, I know a lot of people that have hobbies that could potentially bring some income, some extra cash to the table. So I don't know, maybe start thinking about making your hobby a profitable business.
Yeah,
perhaps.
It's a yeah, for sure. You at least start looking into how you can go about doing that.
Right.
I'm looking for a link now. We found a link for those who are getting hit financially with this crisis. There's a link to where you can actually apply for some help, some aid. And I'm trying to find that link. I don't find it. I can't find it anywhere. Let me see. Let me ask the social media specialist for that.
So who else is watching on the YouTube channel? Would you please put something in the comments maybe, or ask a question, or drop a comment and drop a suggestion. And then we can share it with the rest of the audience, and that way we can get their comments, their ideas, their input. So don't be afraid, please.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be.
Hello.
Oh no, that's
Anybody
another.
home?
Yeah, that's another. It's a different song. So yeah, this is again, I hate to go back, but this is going to change the way the way we interact with each other, the way we see our families, our loved ones, that people that we frequent, like people that are sick in the hospital, we can't go visit them. I mean, you can, but So, any comments, any thoughts on how you guys are dealing with this for people that started working from home from beginning of this week, and what have you planned up to this point with in regards to food, having enough supplies for a week or two if it came down to that, where we can't go out or be out, and so yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, we got a comment from Danny Aguilera. Hey, Danny. Thank you. We appreciate you're on the show and what you're contributing. He says, "What did you," or he or she, I'm not sure. Danny Aguilar says, "What did you suggest we do? Spread the word to family to prevent panic?"
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, yeah. Danny.
I think the most important thing would be to just
start with you.
Well, I mean, just to, I guess, talk to one another with respect.
Yeah.
Right. Because some people are going to panic because they might not feel like they're prepared for this,
Right.
and they have no idea what to do. Right. I have military training, so I'm not going to get easily stressed out. Right. But some other people who don't have the same training, or people who don't do well in stressful situations, they might not know what to do, and then kind of just I don't know, just really
respond.
Yeah. So
How to
it
take
starts
in.
with, I guess, talking to each other with respect, and then also just letting them know that we're all here for each other. Just keep reminding each other that we're all here for you. We're here for you. We're a family. We're blood. We're even neighbors, man. Dude. If you get along well with your neighbor, just let them know. Hey, look, we're neighbors. Let's stick together and make sure that we keep our families safe.
Check on me, and I will check on you. Make sure that everything is everything is good, and I think even if you don't know the neighbor, maybe this is a great opportunity to get to know your neighbors.
Right.
And so Danny, one thing we started talking in the beginning of the video, and I know you're asking, how do we spread the word to family to prevent panic? So I think we talked about it in the beginning of the video. I'm not sure how long you've been watching, but by the way, we appreciate that you're watching once again. And so maybe share this, that there's a way to share this link, maybe, because we did mention a couple things, in the beginning to kind of stay.
Right. But there's also, everyone can go directly to the information, right to the source, the CDC's website, cdc.gov/coronavirus. There's a ton of information there, and you can find out everything about the coronavirus, with who's affected by this, what to do in certain situations, if you think you're sick, what you should look for, how to protect yourself, how to prepare your family, older adults and medical conditions, symptoms, and schools, childcare, community, faith-based organizations, businesses, employers, even traveling, right? There's a ton of information that you can find there. And again, it's cdc.gov/coronavirus. And you'll be able to find some information here. I was reading this article here, if I can just briefly talk about it. So this is, the CDC is calling this a 15-day pause to slow the spread of COVID-19. Now, earlier, I think it was today or yesterday, I was watching a video about the spread of the corona, or just the spread of viruses in general. It's a scientist who has a YouTube channel who was talking about washing your hands. Was it? And then he played, I'm pretty sure it was the same person. I saw another video pertaining to viruses or flus and stuff like that, and he was talking about how something like this, a 15-day pause or social distancing, can slow the spread of any virus drastically. Whereas if we don't take this necessary precaution, it could speed it up faster than we can even put the fire out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
if we slow this down, we have a better chance of surviving this virus. So let's imagine people at the mall. It's packed in the holidays. It's packed, and then people get sick, and then it spreads like wildfire, right?
So quick, yeah.
Every season it does. But now, and then there was this video where there's all these tiny balls just bouncing around, and there's a ton of them. And then some of the balls are infected, and then they cross with another one, and it changes color, gets affected, and crosses another one, and crosses another. They just keep crossing each other, and then everyone's infected like super, super fast. You see, and then he has a graph at the rate of speed that everyone gets infected. And then when the same amount of balls are in this next clip, in this square, some of the balls are just still, not even moving. It's very, very still. Just kind of like how we're ordered to stay right now, right? We're ordered to stay at home, stay inside for non-essential business, right? And then you can see the infected balls bouncing around, and then you see the graph, the rate of speed that everyone gets infected. It slows down drastically, slows down to the point where it doesn't reach where we can actually control it, and then it goes back down because we finally were able to control that virus. We were finally able to provide assistance in taming that virus down. So this is the 15-day pause is going to slow. This is what we want to do. We want to slow the spread of the COVID-19, of the coronavirus, so that way, doctors and scientists can control this. They can, we're gonna minimize the amount of deaths. Yeah, more and more people might still get sick. Yeah. Right. But it's gonna slow it down. Right. It's gonna give us more time to fight it, to take care, to make sure that we can create something that will ultimately just wipe this virus out or
eliminate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And there's another question. Danny says, "Great job, guys." Thank you, Danny. One last question. Any tips for getting essential items that have been out of stock in stores?
The only thing I could probably say is just keep checking back. I seen customers when we were at Walmart, I guess like the same day that toilet paper was off the shelf. Some customers were asking, okay, hey, when are you going to restock some of your groceries or your stuff like that? And then they were kind enough to let us know when their shipping days were, or when their receiving days were, when restocking days, right? So ask your local grocer. You'll ask Walmart employees. It doesn't hurt to ask when you're restocking, when your truck comes in, and that way, or just check in every day if you can. Give them a call. We all have to kind of. It might sound like a lot of work. It might sound like, okay,
yeah.
But I mean, we need these things, so right. I think you just have to try to keep checking. I guess we have social media. We're not alone. We're forced to stay at home, but we're not really alone, right?
No.
So So another thing what you can do is if you have friends or relatives who are out, and then hopefully they can keep an eye out on certain things that you need. Like we all need to talk to each other. Mm-hmm. I know we have a family chat and we communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. So let each other know through chat rooms, hey, you know what? I'm low on this. Does anybody have extra, or does anybody know where I can get some? If you see some at the store, let me know. I can quick pay you. We can still function normally without having to be outside through the use of technology, through the use of social media. Banking is online now, and technology. We can definitely, we can order stuff on Amazon, and a lot of like toilet paper. We were trying to find toilet paper on Amazon and couldn't find anything. But yeah, we just got to. We're home now. So, look it up.
Yep. Also, one of the followers, someone from the audience also mentioned that schools are offering free meals for kids. Mm-hmm. Again, these are not the typical meals that they get every day at school for lunch. These are meals that are it's food that has been donated to the schools from grocers, and these are foods that that may have a shorter lifespan, but they're still good foods.
Yeah, but they're open every day.
They're every day, and also one thing, one other source that I know has been great on helping the community, and I couldn't be more grateful for them, is Willow Creek Community Church.
Mm-hmm.
They have a care center drive that, and there's many locations throughout the suburbs, the city. There's many branches. You could get on their website, which is Willow Creek Community, or just Google it. I don't know the correct address for them, but just Google Willow Creek Community Church, and find a branch that's close to your community, and then find out what days they're offering food.
Yeah,
they are. I know they are for a fact.
right. Yeah, and you can also check with your local church or any church in any community. You can check with them and see what they're doing to help out the community. I know when I was a part of New Life Church, I would they did the same thing, and they had the food drive or what was it called? The
drive something.
It was a food. I forget the name or the term or whatnot. But anywho, yeah, check for no. It was like something else, like I don't remember. I always imagine like this because of the name, and it would just give me this different idea of it. But anyhow, that's besides the point. Check with your local church, and you'll be able to. I'm sure you can find some information on that as well. But most importantly, let's keep the communication lanes open. That way we know. And if you haven't heard from anyone in your family, let's reach out to make sure that they're okay. Like I said, some people can't handle stressful situations as well as others. So we just want to make sure that our friends and our families are doing all right during these times.
And yeah, definitely helping them out and maybe giving them a call and saying over the phone that everything's going to be okay might help them stay calm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here are some steps that every sector can take during this 15-day pause to plan as one community. And this is directly from the CDC website. So the first thing would be to, communicate with the public to share considerations and decisions about when to start reopening. Prepare them that 15 days may not be long enough and will depend on a variety of factors which look different from community to community. So this would be to leaders. Right, leaders need to inform their communities. So, like people like our governor, aldermans, anybody in a leadership position, employers need to advise their employees on this type of stuff. So, identify organizations serving at risk and underserved populations and help them prepare. Right, so access critical gaps in resources and supply chains, medical equipment, food supply, cleaning, disinfection products, which are kind of hard to come by right now, like disinfectant products.
Yeah, and you know what? I think so. One suggestion I'd like to give, and again, this is I'm not a professional. I'm not a medical in the medical field, but these are things that you learn as you find alternatives when you're trying to. One of the things we talk about in the episodes where we're doing the wellness, right? The 8 dimensions of wellness. When you get to a certain point in life, you start looking for alternative things and to be conscious about the environment and how to just contribute in a more effective way to nature. You start looking for things and you start reading, but obviously if you ran out of like soap and stuff like that, I mean, you could mix lemon juice with baking soda and some water, and you can use that to wash your hands or whatnot, to kind of clean up if you have to, if you need to. So there's things that we can use in the house. We just again, I'm not a medical professional where I can give you information about this, but those are tips that I've done in the past, that I've used in the past, that are very effective. And so look for things in your house that you may be able to use. Apple cider vinegar, it's another form of sanitizing agent or factor. Or you may have some alcohol that you don't drink anymore. That could also be used to disinfect anything. It might,
like in the movies when they get a gunshot wound, they pour some
tequila,
Yeah.
vodka, or whiskey or whatever. Yeah, kind of like that. And so there's many options. I think one of the things that we need to leave for last is panicking. We shouldn't panic. We should.
And I don't think and I don't think any time is the time for panicking, because when we're panicking, then we're really just running off of emotions, and when we run off of emotions, we make the worst decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here are some things that you can do to plan and prepare for right now and for the future to come. So, like I said earlier, create a household plan of action. Consider members of the household that may be at greater risk, such as older adults and people with severe chronic illnesses. Ask your neighbors what their plans include, right? So that way, if they know something that you don't know, or maybe they might benefit from something that that they don't.
Yeah.
So also create a list of local organizations you and your household can contact in case you need access to information, healthcare services, support, and resources. I know right now a lot of the park districts are closed right now, but we definitely still have access to like the police department, the
Sure.
government buildings, government offices. So those will remain open, and you can always reach out and get information as to what's going on and what they're doing as well to prepare for this. Create an emergency contact list, including family, friends, neighbors, carpool drivers, healthcare providers, teachers, employers, the local public health department, and other community resources. Also, choose a room in your house that can be used to separate sick household members from others. So if somebody in the household is already sick, the CDC website has some things that you can do to, make sure everyone else doesn't get sick. And then take everyday preventive actions. Wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth. I've been hearing this for like the past I don't know how long. Stay home when you're sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue. Then throw the tissue in the trash. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Be prepared if your child's school or childcare facility is temporarily dismissed for potential changes at your workplace. One thing, I did get an email because I was a RightSure driver. I got an email saying that RightSure drivers will be, I don't know.
Suspended?
No, not suspended, but will be issued some some cleaning wipes, disinfectant wipes, and I think tissue, or no, not tissue, hand sanitizer. So hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes were being issued to RightSure drivers to make sure their cars are always clean by the RightSure companies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you are still taking RightSure service, then, whether the drivers are keeping the cars clean or not, I'm not sure, but I know that RightSure companies, or at least I know of one company that is providing their drivers with, what's it called again? Disinfecting wipes and hand sanitizer to make sure that their vehicles are, clean, potentially, hopefully, virus free. So, so there's that. And I was saying another thing that I would say that we can do is to find a way to inform your kids, right?
About what's going on?
Yeah, but not only about what's going on, but I'm sure they have this their
mindset,
their own idea of what's going on, right? When we were kids and there was chaos happening, we kind of I remember when I was a kid, let me just tell you this quick story. when I was a kid, and we got home from I don't remember where. It was late, and then the glass was broken by the doorknob. So that and then there was blood on the floor trailed in the inside of our house, and then I was like, oh wow. And then I hear my parents talking. They're like, ladrón, ladrón, right? That's all I heard. But I heard ladrón, but my mind interpreted ratón.
Ooh.
So I'm like, damn, a rat jumped up, broke the window, went through, and then started bleeding all over the house. You know? So, I mean, you know, I know a lot of people are probably not as dumb as me, but, but you know, I'm just saying kids create this whole thing, a whole different scenario in their mind.
They see the world from a very, very different perspective
Exactly.
than we adults see it.
So, so we want to make sure that we inform our kids, right? We kind of educate them on what's going on, but why we are doing the things that we are doing. But we don't want to scare them. We don't want to bring it to the point where they're afraid to leave the house, or even to open the blinds, right? You know, you open the blinds, no, don't even look outside, right? Let's not scare our kids, but we also want to, if anything were to happen, we want to prepare them and make sure that they're ready for an emergency, a plan of action.
Yeah.
Include them in the plan of action.
Right? I think it's really, really necessary in the event that something happens to you as a grown person or someone who's in, the head of the household or someone who's in charge, or if you're a single father or single mother and you're at home and something were to happen to you, make sure they do know and understand what steps they need to take, what to do next, what their first response needs to be. And so I think communication is key in scenarios like this.
Definitely.
So keeping everybody up to speed and everybody on the same page. I say that and I chuckle because I may not be the great at it.
I think we all could work a little bit more on that.
But just keep an open. What's that policy?
Open door.
Open door, open mind,
open door policy.
Mouth. I don't know.
Open door policy. Yeah.
Open door policy. Whatever.
The term.
Yeah. So, man. Anything else you want to share? How are we doing on time?
I think we are surpassed our time, but in case of an outbreak in your community, protect yourselves and others. Stay home and speak to your healthcare provider if you develop fever, cough, or shortness of breath. If you develop it's past 10. We haven't done past 10 in a while.
I know, right?
If you develop emergency warning signs for COVID-19, get medical attention immediately. In adults, emergency warning signs: difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse, bluish lips or face. This list is not all inclusive. Please consult your medical provider for any other symptom that is severe or concerning. Keep away from others who are sick. Limit close contact with others as much as possible. One thing, I've still been, making contact with people this past week.
Right.
Whenever I do get the opportunity to, connect with people. But I've been feeling kind of bad because I haven't been shaking anybody's hand, really. Right? So I'm like, do I insult them if I try to shake their hand, or do I insult them if I don't shake their hand because of this, this whole pandemic? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So it's like, the safer option is to not shake hands. But
Yeah. And I've done something a little bit different. And I will tell you what it is. And we said we're gonna remind everyone about our platforms and our sponsors every 10 minutes, and it's been over an hour.
Yeah.
We said that we didn't. So anyway, so don't forget to like our page on our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram. our audio platforms on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And just, give us a like, give us a follow, or a comment, and also learn about our sponsors. And so one thing, so going back to what I was going to say is, and I think I think you guys know where I got it from. Obviously from the media, from the news channels. Is we don't touch hands, we don't shake hands, we don't even shake elbows. We do it from a distance, and we just kind of shake legs, feet.
Well, according to this, the CDC wants people to stay 6 feet away from each other.
Okay.
Last I heard it was 3 feet. I'm reading on the CDC website.
It's 6 feet.
6 feet.
Yeah, it's six. It is 6 feet.
So I think we're too close, man.
I think we are.
We're gonna have to go back to the original ways of streaming, virtual, or was it
remote?
Remote.
That's what I said in the beginning. If it comes down to that,
if it comes down to that, for sure.
It's not the end of the world.
I'll be enclosed in this office here by myself.
You'll be safe, for sure.
Yeah, I'll be safe, for sure.
So yeah.
But yeah, well, I think that's all we have for everyone today.
I think so. I'm sure there's. I mean, we could talk for hours, about this, but obviously we want to keep it kind of short. And so, to kind of wrap it up again, so stay focused, stay calm, be in communication with everyone. Make sure you check on everyone, including your neighbors, obviously your loved ones. It's important. If you are in need of any essentials like supplies, like food, obviously, toilet paper. I don't think that's a necessity, like a first necessity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that falls under a different number in the chain. But I think for food, so when mentioned, schools are giving free meals for kids. Churches are also having a food drive. Mm-hmm. I think is what you were thinking earlier.
No, it's not called food drive. Food drive is like where like schools do. Schools do food drive where the students will bring something from home and to donate to the food drive. Right. This is called something. This is called something else. It's
okay.
I forget.
So maybe while I finish, you can find it on Google or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, so stay mindful of places. This is not the end. This is temporary, and the worst thing we can do is be, in panic. So, we need to be mindful of it, but we shouldn't panic. So, churches. So Willow Creek, I know that they're having a good. They're having a good.
It's while we're on the subject of churches, I want to.
Yes.
It's called the Food Pantry.
The Food Pantry.
Church. So I went on Google. I typed in church food pantry, and I got a big list. So. Get on the internet, type in church food pantry or local food pantry, and then, if you are in need, they'll assess and let you know, and then you'll go, in order. It's all like the way Willow Creek does it just blew me. I was impressed because, very well organized and a very blessing. Yeah.
Right, I'm glad you see it that way. So also, as another reminder, check some of the links that we're going to post with this video, where you can get perhaps maybe some financial assistance, financial help, and any other things you may need. So.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing that I wanted to bring up as well. With there's like you were taking the financial assistance. Is this one? Oh man, we've been getting hit up on that chat so bad, or a lot. I didn't even see it. My bad.
You didn't see it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
I got so many things open right now. So yeah, there's we're gonna put all these links like Adrian was saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your lines, but
okay.
Because I'm just seeing here in the chat, I did ask for this earlier, and I just I got locked onto the CDC website because I think a lot of people get their information from the wrong places, right? I think it's important to go directly to the source of the information, which right now is the CDC. It's hard to trust, even a trusted news gathering station, because we don't know if it's real news or fake news. It's happened in the past where, a fake Fox article was released and it turned out to be not real. Be careful what you read on Facebook or anywhere else, any article online. Go directly to the source because there's a lot of false information out there. So please,
just make sure you double check where you're getting your information from. Just
especially if you're hearing it from your crazy aunt, wherever.
Well.
Crazy Aunt Rita, I'm gonna call her.
Yeah. I don't think I have a crazy aunt. So
there is a lot of assistance. We're going to put that in the we'll add it to the description or put it in the comments here. So
yeah, apparently there's also military help as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the military help is for those affected and will help pay a bill up to $1,500.
I'm sure there's got to be
some pretty nice relief there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know if there are any requirements for that or any qualifications, but anyway.
There's a COVID-19 emergency financial relief program. So we'll definitely provide those links to you guys. That way, we can all, be rest assured or that we're going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. There we go.
Yep.
So, with that said, we're in the chat here, and we just see a picture of my sister holding toilet paper and what is it? Cleaning this probably disinfectant spray, and with the live stream going on the big TV there.
That is awesome.
Yeah, totally.
That is awesome. Thank you.
It looks from the angle of the picture, it looks like whoever took the picture is very comfortable chilling on the sofa.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they even got a dog and blankets going.
For sure.
Awesome, man.
For sure. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We're sorry that we had to interrupt the Dimensions of Wellness, but we feel that it's important to keep each other informed, but also to remind everyone not to panic. We're all here for each other, and go straight to the source for the information. Right?
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Yeah, and if you still have some of the links for the past videos, we could also be a resource for you. Definitely could help you and guide you in any in the best direction possible. So if you can't find your way around it and you think of us, then just hit us up.
Yeah.
Hit
us up.
We're happy to help.
Don't forget Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcast at Higher Thinking Live, as well as Instagram and Facebook at Higher Thinking Live. And become a member, a Patreon member at patreon.com/Higher Thinking Live to gain access to exclusive content where we dive deep into the stuff that we talk about here on the live stream. That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. Have a safe weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday.
Stay positive.
Are we good? Let's see. Probably should have waited for
the bumper.
Gas station. We'll talk about here on
let's